What up, world? It's your boy Mark Water Ward. Tonight we got the legend, Chicago's own Liffy Stokes of Speedknot Mobstaz. How you doing tonight, brother?
Hey man, what's poppin'? Chillin', chillin'.
Man, what's popping is I see you got a few new songs and videos coming out. So you back that active with the music, huh?
Yeah, yeah, jump back down. Yes, sir. Had to
So
do.
you got an album coming out?
Yeah, I'm doing a collabo album on my new label, Mobtown Records, Mobtown Entertainment, with my man Turtle Banks and Speedknot Mobster. The album called Speedknot Mobsters Presents Stokes and Banks.
And when's that gonna be available?
Sometime in the summer, beginning of the summer. Right now, we got the new single out, Fresh to Death. About to shoot the video for it.
Yeah, I see that's getting a lot of attention though. I seen that all over my socials really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Experiment, drop something, see what was it gonna do. If it took, we was gonna ride with it, and see how long we can ride the horse until we come with the next, music for the project.
I mean, it's definitely a good song, but do you think some of that's also like how quickly you can get a song going is testament to the strength of the brand you built over the span of your career?
Yeah, most definitely, and a lot of the relationships that we built. You know what I'm saying? We still got people that's in tune with us that we in tune with. You know what I'm saying? That we can get with and make sure the music get out there properly. You know what I'm saying? At least get a good kickstart. You know what I'm saying?
You know the first time I ever heard you personally or the Speed Not Mobsters was, do you remember the Rewind DVD?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that with Who Kid. Yeah, we was lit that night.
For those who aren't familiar, there was only one that I saw, but back when there was like record stores, they tried to make like this DVD that was supposedly going to be like a magazine, and it was going to come out every month. And it was like the first time you really saw 50 Cent. Lil Wayne had a really dope freestyle on there. I believe Fabulous was on there. But would you think it would be a controversial statement if I said that you had the best performance of anybody on that DVD?
Man, that's love. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate that for sure.
So that
Yeah.
means you would tend to agree, huh?
I mean,
Because
that was
they had that shit of you in the booth, and man, that shit was just bananas.
yeah. It was funny because during that time we had went on the Mic tour with Jay Z because Twister was coming out kicking his That's Your Bitch, and that was when it was Jay, 50 Cent, Snoop. That tour back then, that was what, 03, 04. And 50 Cent little son Marquise was coming up to me every day, like, my man Liffy. And I was like, yeah, Marquise love you off that Rewind DVD.
Yeah, he's probably watching it because his dad was all over it.
Yeah, yeah.
That
And
was like the first time I ever saw like the 50 Cent charisma. Like I'd heard How to Rob before, but I know he'd be acting like that. You feel me?
yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah. Us going back and forth in New York, we was hearing How to Rob.
So
But
you was going back and forth to New York. I
I
imagine
wouldn't,
on some
I wouldn't
label shit, right?
say what?
I imagine you was going back and forth to New York on some label shit, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Hmm.
and and like a lesser known fact is y'all were signed to Big Beat at one point, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever have any overlap with the Undias artists with like with any promo tours or anything? Like with Junior Mafia or anything like that?
We did a couple shows with Junior Mafia. Yeah, with Lil Kim when it was basically Lil Kim and
Little
Lil C
C's.
headline. Yeah, yeah. We was doing shows with them in the Midwest.
How did they get received in the Midwest?
Oh, people love them. The Midwest, man, it's like a gumbo pot. So, we closer to the West Coast, but got more in tune with we more in tune with the West Coast. So we get a boiler pot of the East and everything. You know what I'm saying? So we like the lyrics as well as the music.
And on that promo tour, did y'all go on the East Coast too?
Yeah, yeah, we was on the East Coast. What was funny, man, that's when I realized I didn't know what Snoop and them meant back in the days when they was like New York, the big city of dreams. New York ain't always what it seems. You might get fooled if you come from out of town, which was true because we coming there, we thinking we finna get booed, man. We like, oh man, we know these New York motherfuckers finna be tripping. Man, we got there, wasn't nothing but love. The hood fucked with us. That's when we realized, oh, it's the magazines and the rappers.
Yeah. Them snobby motherfuckers was running the magazines, and they was like some college motherfuckers that ain't know what people was listening to.
Yeah, and they was trying to hold that shit to their chest. But the motherfuckers from the projects and all them niggas was coming out like, yo, son, we fuck with y'all niggas, son. Don't let motherfuckers think y'all ain't wanted here, man. We fuck with y'all. We been bumping y'all shit. We was like, damn. You know
Bro, I was in the DC area, and you know the Twista albums y'all was on. We didn't get that from no magazine or no MTV was pushing that shit. We got that shit word of mouth. You know where it really came from back then. Where I was at in DC in the late '90s was cats would go away to college. You know, somebody would pull their coat to that shit and they bring it home on break, and then the music was undeniable.
Yeah, it sure was, man. We had, because our biggest markets was like the West Coast and down south, but we was like, damn, these niggas fuck with us hard in New York. Okay, it was love. You know, busting them, all them niggas, they like, no, son, motherfuckers put us up on y'all niggas ill.
I mean, I always say it, but good musicians like good music, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know, we in our little war with Naughty by Nature and all that shit anyway, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of this shit going on back then.
Y'all had like a little issue with Bone too for a minute, right?
Yeah, that too, yeah.
Hey, how hard is it to rap fast compared to rapping regular speed or whatever?
Man, to be honest with you, it's a little easier to rap fast because then you got, by you hitting it on a certain tune and a tempo, you're able to really put what you want to put within that bar, if that makes sense.
Right, I got you.
So it's like you can put double what you would put in one bar if you're rapping at a regular tempo, you're able to double that up, and it's really being able to really get your issue off.
I mean, you're very loquacious and eloquent, so that gives you more room to be able to get your point across. That might not be as easy for somebody who has less to say, though, right?
Yeah, but you know, it's like with Twista, I was like, because man, you know, me and Twista, we met on some battling shit.
Yeah,
I don't like the fast shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know the story, but I'd love if you related on here.
Oh yeah, you know, he was at the radio station one night, man. I have been running to man, that's fast shit, all right, but he came with a nice little cut with it was called Hocus Pocus. I was like, okay, I fuck with that one. I'm like, that's cool. So, man, we ride down the street. I'm like, man, I fuck Twist up. We ended up pulling up right next to him. My guy's like, man, they go Twist right there. I'm like, man, I ain't finna sweat that man, Joe. I'm cool. But they kept saying, you scared. I'm like, fuck it. Man, what's up? Let's battle. So it's like, all right, let's get it. So we pulled in the gas station. He like, man, if you whack, I'm gonna let you know. I said, all right. So I kicked one. He said, oh, okay. So he get out the car. We go back and forth a little bit. He like, all right, I fuck with you. I said, man, I don't want your number or nothing. I said, I just want to let you know there's other niggas in Chicago who can rap.
That's what's up.
So we at the studio. I didn't know at the time that was his best friend in the studio. So you know me, man, I'm running around motherfuckers like, you battle Twist? I'm like, yeah, I fuck Twist up. That nigga ain't no shit. So he's like, oh yeah, you fucked him up? You know, okay. We waited and he's like, so what's up? You gonna be in, when they say you gonna be in the studio? I was like, should we be here tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday? He said, all right, cool. So when we come in the studio the next day, Twista and B Hype sitting up in the studio. We go in there. I'm thinking they want to get down, you know what I'm saying? I go in with the Mad Dog. Got my hand on my, I was like, okay. He's like, they was on some rap shit. I said, okay. Then we started rapping. Man, we rapped about 2-3 hours. And then Twista, man, I'm trying to form a West Side crew. I want y'all to be down.
You was freestyling, or you had that many raps memorized?
I don't have that many memorized back then, man. I must have had a whole clip. You know what I'm saying?
You used to keep them up in these too, right?
Oh yeah, so that's when it was the spiral action back in the day, the notebook.
Words. So then you get the offer to be in the Speedknot Mobstaz and everything, and you on Big Beat, and I guess y'all contract got transferred to Atlantic. But so at one point, you took a meeting with Lyra Cohen. What's dealing with Lyra Cohen like?
Man, we took, that's when Leroy came to Atlantic. That's when he left Def Jam. Then he
so you actually like worked with him?
I mean, yeah.
Like did he oversee like a release that you had or anything like that?
Like I never really had just a one-on-one sit down with him. Like I more had one-on-one sit downs with Julie Greenwald and Kevin Lyles. You know what I'm saying? Because them really was his, his what's the word I want to use?
Did you find them to be authentic people?
Yeah. Man, for sure, man. I can't really say too much bad about them people, man.
I ain't fishing for it. I ain't fishing for it either. I'm just curious.
No.
Did you think they like listen to your music and all that? Because some people say they feel like the labels, the executives never even hear their music. And I'm go ahead, my bad.
It was when it's business minded. You feel me? By us coming from Chicago, ain't no industry in Chicago, fam. Like even with the stuff that go on the drill rap, all the industry is either in New York or LA and now Atlanta. We don't have no labels in Chicago. So we don't really know how the game go. We just was rapping them for the people in our neighborhood. We didn't realize everything blew up till we started going out of town. And people meeting us at the tour bus at the hotel. And like, oh, this shit blowing up.
Y'all kind of had Rap-A-Lot a little bit though.
Yeah, we had Rap-A-Lot, but we didn't really blow up on videos.
Did y'all ever have any interest from Rap-A-Lot?
Yeah. Oh man,
right?
Little J love the shit out of Twister, man. I mean, we had a little drama with them, and they could have went to the next level, but it didn't because of Jay love for Twister.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the Atlantic situation, you felt they took care of y'all. Y'all got that album is criminally underrated, as is your Black Santa mixtapes too. Like anybody who hears this, make sure you look up Black Santa and Black Santa's Revenge and the new Liffy and Banks song soon to be released as an album. But going back to your origins, you came up with Kanye a little bit, or you were part of Kanye's original. You had some affiliation with Kanye West early, right?
Yeah. So Kanye was my little man. So I used to buy beats from Kanye for $50.
Oh damn! Damn, you got any left? Shit, you can flip them. That's like better than Bitcoin.
We used to be in front of people, and he'll be like, "Yeah, this is my man Liv. He been knowing me since my mama was still putting me on punishment." I mean, Kanye was 19, still getting put on punishment. Better not go outside. Rest in peace, Donda. But he better not go outside if she tell him to go outside.
I could tell that he admires you as a lyricist.
Yeah, that's my little man, Joey. I put him and Twister together. You know what I'm saying? Me and Turtle actually, because we was working with Kanye. And I'm like, man, look, this the music you need to be rapping on. That shit right there, we need this to go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And I put them together, and that's how we got the slow jams and the overnight celebrities going.
Was there ever any versions of these songs that have verses from you on it?
There's a couple versions, man. I had a couple versions with some cuts with Kanye on them, but they didn't even really like make the album. And it's like, when you look back on it, you're just having fun, man. But then you realize certain people was throwing up roadblocks. You feel me?
Word. Would you release any of that now, or would that be like too thirsty?
Yeah, I ain't trying to release no old music from no 03, 04, 05 era like that.
Because I mean,
No.
shit, you can still make good relevant music now. I mean, you ain't never really stopped. Like I don't know if people outside of your market understand how well an artist can exist inside your market.
Yeah, that's what I mean about the industry not being here, and we don't really know how to grade what an album or what a project is actually doing, and then somebody is telling us the numbers.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Because I didn't know how big the Black Santa shit had got. It was like they was bootlegging it everywhere. And I didn't even know.
and then what do you do to stop that? I mean, you can't just run up on every bootlegger.
Well, I really didn't care at the time. That's when I had left GMG and me and Twister fell out, man. I really was kind of through a rap. I'm like, man, I'm finna just throw all my shit out here and I'm finna just leave this shit alone.
You ain't ever signed a solo contract with a major? Because it seemed like you had the most chance of being having a solo career out of your group.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because I had did a deal, but I made it a monster album when I did a deal with Koch.
Right.
Oh man, and I dropped the song "Money to Blow."
You from the time when people stayed loyal, right?
Yeah, you already know. So I dropped "Money to Blow." The stuff started taking off. I want to keep it 100 with you, fam. I usually don't even want to talk about, but that's when I broke off. It was like we was in LA and Twister got a habit of like he's lazy, so he don't like to learn his new songs. So if you go see a Twister show, you know you just sit that same show 50 times because he never changed. We come out, we do Money to Blow. The crowd in LA go crazy. They singing the song. You know, I'm on my MC shit. I look to the left from me thinking Twister right here ready to go back and forth with me. This man standing in the corner, fam, looking at me like, this pussy motherfucker think he the shit. And right then I knew he was gonna shut me down. But we done had
And you just in the spirit of the music at the moment.
right.
Like y'all on two different like what again all woo woo about it. Y'all on like two different planes of energy and shit. You're not even thinking on no like who get more credit. No, none of that shit. It's like let's make this magic happen.
It wouldn't be no magic if it weren't for me, man. I'm the one that told that man switch his style up. You feel me? When he was on the beads and the Afrocentric shit, I'm like, fam.
Tongue twister.
Exactly. I'm like, the fast shit cool, but your content, man, don't nobody want to hear what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? That Rashid on the monkey bars, you want me a kiss? They don't want to hear that. I'm like, this street shit forever. I said, the Red Mans and the Busters, they gonna come and go because that's novelty rap. The gangster shit is forever. The streets will never change. So if you're talking about real music, real shit, real situations in music, you can never get outdated. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, he had me when he had the albums with y'all, but then we had that Kamikaze, which definitely has some bangers. Like that one song that he was so proud of where he blew himself up at the end. I thought that shit was like so unrealistic. And I don't know. I just like the player shit, you know. You don't even necessarily gotta be negative, but you know, you can still have a smooth vibe. Like y'all was making like some melodic ass shit with a dope ass cadence that a motherfucker could ride to with no fast forward and instead of all that like thinking shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know that saying when they say sometimes people will lie to themselves so much they start believing they lies. Yeah, that's what happened.
So without the bad parts of it, what was it? Because you must have been around when Rockefeller came into the mix for that brief minute. What was that like? Like was y'all almost on Rockefeller?
Yeah, but that was supposed to happen. They actually gave Twister a Rockefeller chain and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what it was Slow Jam was originally Kanye's song, but Kanye didn't want to come out with a guest appearance on his first single.
Oh, okay.
So Jay-Z was like, man, that's a hit. If you're not gonna drop it first, let Twista drop it. So he gave it to Twista to drop for his first single. So when it came out, Atlantic was like, oh, well, we'll put the Rockefeller logo on the album, but we ain't giving y'all no money. Then that was at the same time Jay-Z and Dame was breaking up. So it was like, it was a funny situation because we'll be on the road with Jay, but then when we in New York, we with Dame. We was never with them both together. Only at the blackout, the Fade to Black tour that was on Showtime.
Right.
A year and a half, that was the only time we saw Jay and Dame together.
So in all that chaos, and then y'all on Atlantic, that must not done much to advance your cause. But here's a good memory. What was it like hearing your music on Dr. Dolittle?
Well, you know, that was our first little break for the Mobstaz. So actually, I didn't like that was our first song being promoted because I felt like it was soft. But you know,
I mean, it would have been nice if they could have had the soft joint on Dr. Dolittle and then let you have the hard single. You know what I mean? Then you would have been hitting them with the double whammy.
Right, exactly. But it was cool though, man. I wouldn't change nothing except for being stupid loyal.
So given that you know, I seen y'all in Murder Dog magazine and all that, you've seen a lot of hip hop media through the blog era to what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
How well do you think the hip hop media has actually understood like the hip hop music and the hip hop artists during your career? And if there's anybody that's particularly good, please shout them out.
What you mean, like the way hip hop was covered back then, the way it's covered now?
Just in general, like the whole evolution. Like I know you remember a time in the Source. If you was from the Midwest, you could have a classic album, and that's just getting 3.5 mics no matter what. You know what I mean? And then there's like the blogger time where Fake Short Drive comes along and lifts Chicago up. So you know you've seen many iterations. Then you've been on MTV. You was on the only DVD magazine ever. You know what I mean? You got dumb hip hop media experience. And I just like basically overall, do you think they understand the culture, the music, and the artists?
Well, now I think that by the interviewers and the reporters being a little more worldwide instead of condensed in New York, it ain't as biased as it was. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what we got. They had promised us 4.5 mics, and they gave us 3.5 mics in the Source.
Oh, I didn't pick that example up for no reason, bro.
Right? Yeah. Shit. I mean, Outkast had a classic album, got 3.5. It's like they wasn't going. You know what I'm saying? But now things changed, and it seemed like New York got reaped, but it was sold, man. You know. Now everybody looking at them like, oh, you coming with that New York shit, we don't even want to hear it. Because the more the West Coast, Midwest, South thing, like when we came up, they were saying that Twista was the South Biggie.
Yeah.
Everybody down south, they like, oh, Twista the South Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Because he was doing so many features and was blowing up and he had lyrics.
Right.
That was right before the South had, you know, Chicago had came up. Then right after that, it was what? Houston, then Atlanta just took it there.
And in Miami, where you know Rick Ross and
Miami had their run.
Yeah. Hey, did you ever give Twista advice to rap slow on a jump just to show that he could do that proficiently as well?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because like you know, I ain't trying you know get you to tell no secrets or something or reveal what I may have heard, which may or may not be true, but I've heard that you've been kind of like somebody pulling the strings behind some situations before, but you know, not on no nefarious shit, but on like artistic direction, and maybe we should do this, and maybe we should do that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Twista.
Like you got a reputation as a leader.
Yeah, I mean, that was why a lot of people wasn't around for the second album because everybody used to joke to Twista that Adrenaline Rush wasn't nothing but Liffy Stokes' album. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knew everything he talked about what he was wearing, jabos and Kango hats and the swag and the fashion and the Pelly coats back then. And that was me. I was the first one in Chicago, one of the first ones rocking Pelly and jabos. You know, Timberlands wasn't really a Chicago thing, but I was rocking them because I was a hip hop head.
Man, are you talking about like construction Timbs?
Yeah.
And I know you stay fresh, bro, so you must have been buying them shits like every 3 days, because in Chicago, I couldn't imagine wearing them shits in Chicago. Them shits must have been scuffleupagus.
Oh, man. My fault. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Hey, but it's all good. But you know, like I like focusing on positive shit. So if you could only do one album, all produced by either Kanye or Traxter, which would you choose?
Ooh.
And take the fame quotient out from Kanye, like take away the Kanye bump. Kanye.
Yeah, just yeah. Tracks will be a little more hard, but Kanye, I just love that soulful shit, man.
Got you. Outside of you, is Mickey Housestead the most underrated rapper in the history of Chicago? Is it MC Tree G? Is it Buck from Psychodrama?
Buck gotta be in there, man. But the most underrated rapper in Chicago, yeah, man. You know what? It would probably be Young Buck, man, because Young Buck was a monster back then, and he the father of a lot of his styles. And another person, a little chiller from the Snipers.
Yeah, I definitely had Life in the Scope.
Yeah. That's my favorite Chicago rap group ever.
Yeah, I don't feel like the Snipers get enough attention, man. Shit, if you know how to get in contact with them, I'd love to have one of them or both of them on the show. Or was it 3 of them? I forgot.
Yeah, 2, 4, and Chiller.
Shit, I'd love to find Scooter Chose too. I'd love to have Scooter.
Oh yeah, and the Scooter, that's my little folk, man. You know, he was on Money to Blow. We got him on the cut on the new album. Yeah, on the
Scooter, nice.
Yeah.
Cause you know, at the end of the day, me personally, I fuck with good music. I mean, you know Tree, Soul Trap Tree, MC Tree G. He out there, he nice as fuck. But point being, man, there's a lot of people that you know ain't necessarily gonna be on the front page of Complex every day in Chicago that go hard as hell. Sasha go hard.
Scooter definitely up there, man.
Yeah, Scooter's nice. I mean, shit, Speedknot Mobstaz is nice. You like I said, go check out them Black Santa mixtapes. I know they on Dat Piff if nothing else.
Yeah.
Your music's on Spotify.
Yeah.
Are you getting paid from them streams though? If they listen, or is it going to Atlantic?
No,
I don't like sending people to listen to your music and then other people pocket it.
Right now they paying my taxes off. You know what I'm saying?
Did you leave out the industry in debt?
Not really, but it was some old tax shit that came up.
Right, because you get paid up front, and then if you spend the money, you owe it at the end of the year.
I mean, it really was from the shows, because the way we had our deal structured with Atlantic, we made sure our taxes was paid. It was really the show money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To be honest with you, man, with the show money with Twister, man, you know, he had claimed us making more than what we made, and years ago, shit came back, and you know, I'm paying for it.
Do the record company got their hands on any masters of some music that the world really should have heard?
No.
So you got all the good music out there. At least we got that.
Yeah, there's still music around. There's plenty of music around that ain't been dropped though.
I mean, at least that's up to you though, right? That's better than someone else.
Yeah, I mean, really, We call Turtle Banks. He the hoarder of the mob. You know, the mobsters really was a 13-man crew.
Okay, no, I didn't know that.
It was just like Turtle. He was on the first album on Adrenaline Rush. Him and Link, Master Link, they mobsters. You know what I'm saying? We got Trace, Mark Boogie, Tumchi, Jot Down, Sandman. It was a lot of us, man. It was just like the Dog Pound. We came out representing the name, but it was a bunch of us.
Right. So you mean there's people that ain't rapping, like in Dog Pound, you're like Joe Coolio or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Got you.
And we was a hip hop crew, man. We used to have meetings every Monday, and you'll have to have a fresh 16 every Monday.
So you really took that shit seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, that's what's up. That tour you mentioned earlier, was that the most epic tour you've ever been on? What's the biggest tour experience or performance you had? Have you ever performed at like a Grammys or MTV Awards or anything like that?
Yeah, man. You know, we done did TRL and, you know, the shows with Kanye West. Now I would have
I
to
mean,
step in.
TRL don't seem like it'd be that fun though.
It was actually fun, man.
Yeah.
But the biggest shit was like the 70, 80,000 people, man, when you can't even put a crowd in. You know, it was like when you tell them people to say make some noise, man, they voice, just the vibration from the voices pushing you back about 10 feet. That feeling there is like nothing in the world. Like, I didn't even know that voice vibration could push, you know, could have that much power.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The sound is a force.
So, I mean, it's safe to say, without getting all in your business and your background, it's pretty amazing that you've been able to have these accomplishments and these experiences in life. Because I know anybody who's from Chicago, from when you're from Chicago, because, you know, I'm from DC around the same time. And, you know, we would often overlap in the federal prison system. So I'm sure you've heard mad stories about DC in the 90s, and I've heard mad stories about Chicago in the 90s. Yeah. So, you know, I just want to salute you, brother, that you've been able to accomplish all these things and still remain relevant and have new music that people are checking for. That's a miracle.
Yeah, man. You know, I was telling somebody I didn't really want to get the juice on how you stay relevant, man. You gotta still love this shit. A lot of these rappers, man, the industry will make you fall out of love with it.
I mean, you being too modest though, bro. I hate to cut you off, but mad motherfuckers love that shit. But you just also made an undeniable song.
Yeah.
Like that shit go hard. Like, I'm not just saying that because like you on the shit and I gotta be nice to you, so it looks like we're having like a colloquial podcast. That song is fucking jamming.
Man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
I'll put a link into the description of the audio podcast, so everybody can go check that out.
It's a science though, man, but you gotta have your love for it. I still love hip hop, man.
I mean, it shows, because, you know, some people hit 40 and get mediocre, and some people hit 40 and get Jim Jones.
Exactly. That's when you at your best, man. You got best of both worlds when you hit 40. You know what I'm saying? Now you're hitting your stride. It's just like Barry Bonds. Yeah, he might have rubbed a little something on his elbow, but it was him playing the game so long, just like Tom Brady. It ain't, when you get a certain age, now your mind is outworking the athleticism. You see what I'm saying?
So that's like why your label isn't just for you. I see you're developing a young artist as well.
Right, because that was the key. I really want to bring up these young guys, but I know we're starting a fresh label. It would be good for me to come out, drop something, bring notice to the market. Just like
a legit label too. Y'all got merch set up and everything. You know, it ain't just like, you know, you started an Instagram account and called it this and this records. Like that shit got, I'm sure you probably got paperwork and all that.
You got everything done, exactly. You really used Rick Ross as the template. You feel me? Because when he was coming down, he grabbed up Meek and Wale, and they gave him an extra 5-6 years in the game. That's how Jay did it. A lot of people don't know how calculating Jay is. if you notice, every big rapper that came out after him, he put his arm around them. So what did he do? He got some of their crowd. He kept getting that extra gas in his engine, new gas.
And then every now and then he'd fall back for long enough to the point that he's even thinking about doing an album, creates a news cycle that gets people anticipating an album that doesn't even theoretically exist.
Exactly, man.
So you think a lot of it is like social engineering, meaning like almost like fan manipulation, but more like I guess audience manipulation is more fair than fan manipulation because you're good to your fans. You're trying to.
I want to say calculated movements, like chess. You know what I'm saying? Jay was playing chess while everybody else was playing checkers.
So I mean, like you have a lot of exposure to the industry, and I don't believe none of that wild Illuminati dumb shit. But like, what's the most ignorant shit an industry, like an executive said to you, or things of that nature? Or like, was there a moment where you were like, yo, not only has this cat never listened to my music, he don't even understand who the fuck I am as a person.
No, man, I'll say some.
You don't gotta say no names, just tell a story. I ain't looking for no tell-off.
One of the people that's well known in the industry to take people with them to parties, and you go in and the party ain't what you expected. We'd have been to a couple of those where we stepped 2 feet in and stepped 3 feet back, so we came up.
Yeah, I've heard tell of such things, but like I'm afraid I don't even want anybody to ever tell a real name story on that shit because that'll be the first thing from my shit that ever go viral, and I'll be known for that for the rest of my motherfucking career doing this shit.
Yeah, man. I've seen some things in the Hollywood Hills, man, and then them condominiums on the East Coast, man.
I'm sure, and like I don't want to get like morbid or change the tone or anything, but you seem really introspective to me, and I know a lot of people from Chicago. I've worked extensively with them, also like the DC Chicago overlap. And when I see how the youth death is reported in Chicago, from demonizing gangbangers to the dehumanizing of Black death by just statistics or not even covering it, I feel that like someone who's not familiar with Chicago, if they just saw that news coverage, they lack a piece of understanding. And I like your opinion on what people should understand about young people in Chicago that reveals more of who they are instead of just these stereotype savages. Because there's a lot of beauty going on in Chicago.
Man, Chicago is a beautiful city, man. When they be talking about search, like people in Chicago, we don't call Chicago Chirac.
Right.
That's what everybody else call it. Even the goons don't call it Chirac. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the thing started when they knew what they was doing when Mayor Daddy and them targeted the chiefs of the gangs. They targeted all the chiefs of the major gangs, got them off the streets. Now you got a whole bunch of kids running around.
But hold on, you gotta do that story justice though, because those original gang leaders were trying to exercise political power, which is the reason why they got took off the streets. And the reason they even existed was because, as with the recent HBO Max movie, they just eliminated strong Black leadership. So the original gangs, they formed to protect the neighborhood from overzealous police, racist police, legitimate Ku Klux Klan police.
Oh yeah, overzealous police, and back then, Black people couldn't be outside after 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Citywide curfews, Mayor Daley, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So when they formed the Black Panthers, then you had the Young Lords. Them was all like, boys clubs. You know what I'm saying? And places that protected the neighborhood. So when they broke up the Black Panthers and broke all that up, everybody started forming their own little factions, and then they became gangs. You know what I'm saying? The Young Lords turned to the Vice.
Well, first Fred Hampton united them for a minute and then got assassinated for it, correct?
Exactly. He got accelerated.
You can't have poor people coming together, especially of different races.
Right, because it wasn't just black poor people. He started getting the gay lords who was poor, the white folks. And they had it's a park called Gaylord Park. And that's where all the fights with white folks used to be. That was their gang. They joined in with the vice lords. Everybody came up under the five. The Kings, everybody. When they killed Fred Hampton, everything broke apart. Everybody formed their own section in Chicago. So then that's how it came into fruitation. Now, when we was gangbanging and selling the drugs, it was cool. Once Larry Hoover said, we're going to change the GD shit from Gangster Disciples to Growth and Development, it was over.
Feeding people, running a political candidate that was going to make conditions in the neighborhood better. These are all facts.
And then with the Peace Stones, with Jeff Fort, he was in tune with Gaddafi. Gaddafi was finna send Jeff Fort $2 million to build up the Muslim temple and everything in Chicago. And then they grabbed up Fort, put him up under the jail. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, they grabbed up everybody, all the generals. Now you ain't got nothing but kids running around with no laws, nobody to look up to, nobody to answer to.
Access to extreme guns.
And that we had more money than they do back then, that they do now. We had more money back then, and we couldn't get access to them guns. The best we could get was a Uzi or a Mac-10. These boys got choppers with the extendos. Now, I don't know if you heard the rumor about where the guns come from, but I'm in the streets. I know where the guns come from. They be in a U-Haul truck. They be parked for 3-4 days in the neighborhood. They know that the kids gonna get curious after 3-4 days. Truck's still there. Pop the lock, ain't nothing but guns in there. You wake up in the morning, 9 in the morning, it's a crate of guns in the alley. Like you got dropped off an 18-wheeler or something.
Hey, if that sounds outlandish to anybody, do the math though. In a capitalist society, who the fuck is bringing these brand new guns that are manufactured overseas, fresh out the box, and just leaving them for free or distributing them? Like you know, that probably wouldn't be a safe place to sell guns at for somebody who had access to those type of guns.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think. I mean, it's a conspiracy as far as people have conspired, but I don't think it's a conspiracy theory to say that you know, guns have definitely been inserted in the poor urban cities, and then they make the gun laws tougher.
Right.
They make it more dangerous than you need a gun, but then if you get caught with a gun, you go to a place that's even more dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, and then I blame it. Just a lot of people say rap music, but I blame it on Call of Duty too, because a lot of the police, a lot of the police I know aren't racist, but they're adrenaline junkies. Playing Call of Duty, they come on the force thinking it's a game. Then when they get hit with a real life situation, they panic and squeeze the trigger. It might not even be that they racist. It be because they be scared, man. To me, if you're gonna be a policeman, there should be some type of test you need to take to see test your moxie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the military has figured out how to do that. So, I mean, exactly. I don't even think you're saying anything that could be judged as politically incorrect. Like, you want the law enforcement officer to have the fortitude to be able to enforce the law.
To be a policeman.
Yeah.
Like, when we ran into racist cops when we was little, but they'll beat your ass, though. They wasn't killing you. You know what I'm saying? They'll beat your ass, or they'll put you in the car, drop you off in the rival neighborhood, and pull off. That's the type of shit they did back then.
Or put you on the hot, where I was at, they put us on the hot hood all the time.
Oh yeah, the hot hood. Put you in the car, roll all the windows up, put the heat on, hell. Yeah.
Get the paddy wagon at the basketball court, right? And on a Sunday morning, and then drive that junk to the church, then let everybody out the paddy wagon, and then process them before they take them to the station as the church lets out. So like,
Yeah.
everybody can see, they baby boy and and all they friends from the church.
That's wild.
Oh, bro, they just like in Chicago, bro, in DC and PG County, they play dirty.
That's wild.
Cause I mean, you know about it, bro. They don't just fuck with your environment or your safety. They fuck with your head.
Hell yeah, all day, man.
So I mean, since we getting all deep about it and everything and colloquial and everything, why you ain't never leave Chicago? It's too much good there to
we were just talking about that, man. It's like a lot of people that could have really blew up here didn't blow up because they love the city. They didn't want to leave. You know what I'm saying? Kanye said, he's like, man, I'm moving to LA. Fuck this shit. We was like, yeah, we'll get a crib out there, but we ain't moving out there though. We want to, we on the road. We ready to come back home, man.
Is like something about authenticity important? Does that contribute to those type of decisions?
It's in Chicago, man. It's a certain thing, man. Chicago have a hold on you, man.
You feel like you can be yourself more in Chicago?
And to me, ain't no city like Chicago, man.
Got you.
And don't get me wrong, I love LA because of the atmosphere and the smoke. And I like Miami Beach, you know what I'm saying? But just, even with the cold, man, even people were saying, a lot of people said if Chicago didn't get cold, Chicago would be the most major city in America.
Yeah, I mean,
but the cold don't bother us, man. I love Chicago.
Before we get out here, I got a few random questions for you. What do you think the first time you heard Cam's remake of Adrenaline Rush as a music fan?
I mean, when we was there, because Cam stayed in Chicago for 2 years.
Right.
So he was messing around with the GD niggas. We all from K-Town. He was messing with some GDs on the other side of K-Town, and they was like, yeah, man, Cam, they want to get up in the studio with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And so I was there when that happened.
And what'd you think of the song, the final the version?
It was all right.
Just all right?
Yeah, it was all right. Cam had a nice little run back then, though, man, with the mixtapes that, you know what I'm saying, around from 03 to 08, 09, they was killing them.
You ever met Cousin Bang?
Yeah, he from Chicago. That's my man.
Yeah. I got a copy. I got a copy of his network mixtape. They got shit. I think you might even be on that jump, but they got some Kanye songs and some Dipset songs and shit like that.
Big Breed, man, that's my man, Joe. Hell yeah. We was happy as hell for him when he got up with Cam, man.
Shit, that's what's up. You got any Shauna stories? Shauna's one of my favorite Chicago figures.
Yeah, Shauna, that's my girl, Joe. Mm-hmm. She was with one of the guys, you know what I'm saying? Her boyfriend was one of the guys.
Yeah, her father's buddy guy.
Yeah.
I have the feeling you're pretty musically knowledgeable. What's the most non-rap music you listen to? Like what's some recommendations you would give somebody?
Man, I listen to everything, man. My girl just was tripping on me the other day, man. I'm listening to Betty Davis Eyes and Billy Idol and them, man. I go way back, you know what I'm saying? When that's all that was on the videos. There wasn't no black music on the video.
Right.
So I still love that era. You know what I'm saying? I listen to all that.
Shit, I can dig it. So shit, before we get out of here, where can they find you and what should they be checking out right now?
Man, check out that new single, Fresh to Death. Prepare for that Stokes and Banks project. It's almost done. We got the next single. We got a couple, man. We got some bangers, man. It's finna really the game, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? I want to do something that ain't never been done before. Come back at this point in time in the career and really take off. You know what I'm saying? So we working real hard. So you can reach me on the number 4 Liffy Stokes or SKM Stokes on Instagram, Liffy Stokes Facebook, YouTube, whatever, just Liffy Stokes. You know what I'm saying? Come on up. Anything will pop up. Everything.
All right, well, that's been the Super Fact Show. Thank you for your time, brother.
Man, appreciate you.
No doubt.
One.